Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new episode. I apologize for not having uploaded anything in the past days, but I've been extremely busy in dealing with all the bureaucracy needed to get the visa to fly into the US. And I've also been busy in doing something really crazy, which is to update the 1943 and 1944 scenarios with the historical German and Soviet order of battle. And with the historical means not only with all the divisions, but also with the historical disposition of those divisions, as well as with their historical strength. And this turned out to be too much consuming, because my sources are the two games Gary Grigsby's War in the East and War in the West. And yeah, this just, it's taking me too much time. And before playing these scenarios, I just would like to update the Soviet order of battles, but not putting each division in its historical place, and also giving each division its own historical strength. And yeah, so I'm sorry for this. And yeah, and for those of you who were wondering, I will then share all these updated files with the developers of the Total War mod, so you can also enjoy them finally, let's say, with some, you can enjoy the challenge and hopefully also appreciate my hard work. And enough talk, let's dive straight into the video of today, which will be the Kaiserschlacht, also known as the Frühjahrsoffensive, the Spring Offensive, or the Kaiser Battle, which was historically the very last attempt of Imperial Germany to turn the tide of war. You know me, guys, I like to play challenging experiences in House of Iron 4, and in this case the challenge will be represented by boosting to the maximum all of the major allied nations. I am really not keen about this plus 30% of division attack and defense on core territory, because yeah, this may cause problems in France, but yeah, I don't know, let's see. The Endsieg mod also has this option to weaken some nations, although I'm not willing to do it because this is, I think, way too much. And what else? Okay, that's all. So let's dive into the Kaiserschlacht. Okay, and yeah, for the sake of time, you can just pause and read the event description if you want. My idea would be just to give you a brief and short overview of what I planned to do to win the 1918 scenario. So I want a better game speed, first of all. That's good. Difficulty. As I said, I like the challenges, and for me the challenge is not only to boost my own enemies, but also to punish myself. I want to punish Germany with the extreme hard mode, which grants this not so nice negative modifiers, especially the division or organization, but there is a way to counter it. And just give me a second. So, for Sparta, reinforce rate, I am reinforced enough already. And rations, I prefer the real Endsieg. Okay, next page. Madman options, no. Set World War II ideas and ideology, no. War exhaustion options, I will take it because this will reset the war exhaustion, and let's do it for everyone basically. And now, so the government, how to set up the government here. Because we have this minus 1.5%, 1.5 of political power. The idea here is to put as many people as possible who have the silent workers trait, as this will just secure as much political power as possible. And Captain of Industry, and also the War Industrialist, Karl von Lutzburg. I go to extensive conscription because service by requirement, it's way too much. And so, Chief of the Army, maybe I would go with Paul von Hindenburg, which will grant a 12% of division organization to counter a bit the big negative modifier of the for Sparta, and also Erich Ludendorff. And you know, if math is not an opinion, 12 times 2 is 24, which mean that our troops will gain actually 4% more organization, which is, yay, not all that great, but yeah, better than nothing. And I would like to go with Wilhelm Gröner, army maneuver and army logistics, and the last batch of political power will be spent on Prince Ruprecht, because he has this nice 15% of division attack, of infantry division attack, and 20% of defense. Now, in terms of research, early support weapons, machine gun free, construction, total war, and let's put the artillery in production. In terms of constructions, I like to have 2 civilian factories and then just spam out military factories in all the provinces which have the highest levels of infrastructures. Like, yeah, this one, let's see. Okay, yeah. This, and this. And I will actually want to build some more. Nope, yeah. So basically in every province which can give me some nice resources, basically. And in terms of production, just convoys for the time being. I would say 5 on rifles, as many as you can on artillery, maybe 3 on planes, and on support equipment, and 5 on rations as well. And artillery, I would say at least, yeah, let's put 30. Okay, I think that this should be enough. Just move the convoys at the very bottom of the production queue. And okay, army. Infantry divisions. The goal here is to have the magic template that everyone uses in single player, which is the 14 infantry battalions and 4 line artillery battalions, which is basically meant to just smash through the enemy lines. I also added the support mortar brigade for the nice increase in breakthrough, basically. And yeah, that's almost over. I would like to disband those guys here, as well as those guys here. I know this is crazy, but well, I want to do it. Now, let's assign everything to this general. Let's pick the reserve. Oh, god damn it! Sorry, the reserve divisions, because I want. Ideally, the plan for the Western Front would be just to keep 120 divisions. Did I miss anything? Okay, so I will just remove some divisions from here and put them on guard duties along the coast. Okay, so I'm back, and well, I also reorganized my air force. At the moment, it will be just undergoing some training, And as you can see, I do have quite a large deficit of both, well, everything basically. Guns, rifles, and rations. So yeah, it's time for the great challenge. I assigned 5 armies to August von Mackensen because he has this nice supply consumptions reduction minus 15%, and I added, I think, the best generals that Germany could field in 1918. So, ladies and gentlemen, let the challenge begin. So, folks, welcome back, and the time has come to finally launch the Kaiserschlacht. Okay, so first of all, to launch properly this offensive, I confess I did try multiple times to find the most optimal strategy. And first of all, I kicked out of the, let's say, Western Front all the so-called reserve division, the Landwehrdivisionen, and the Ersatzdivisionen. And then I did something that I usually do not do in my HOI4 games, which is basically a kind of cheat. Because I just converted the infantry divisions in the Oberkommando der Reserven, the troops now located on the Baltic coast, to Ersatzdivisionen, and this basically liberated, I think, almost 1.5 million of men and a crap ton of rifles, rations, support equipment, and artillery guns. And yeah, I'm sorry for that. I usually never do it, but I felt that somehow that was the only way to beat France. And then I attacked with 9 infantry divisions in the only province which does not have any trench nor any kind of other fortifications. And I did wait a bit, you know, just to stockpile some equipment. And I think that with the control of the air, even though my fighters were really crap, by winning the air war, I finally and unexpectedly broke through the French lines. And yeah, this maneuver allowed me to encircle, I think, 11 French divisions at around Dunkirk. So I basically Dunkirked them already in 1918. That was really unexpected. And then, you know, slowly I kept manually controlling my armies, and I did my best to always concentrate to perform concentric attacks from at least 3 provinces, and this allowed me to let's say extend the front line, the combat width of my divisions, providing additional penalties to the French divisions, to the French troops. And having broken through all of a sudden along the, I don't know, Seine River, I saw a juicy opportunity for a quick and swift advance to Paris. And since I was like, okay, let's push forward, I did my best to encircle as many units as possible in several locations. I did try here, for instance, to encircle some French troops on the, I would say, the Maginot Line, but it's not really the Maginot Line because it's 1918. The Maginot Line that does not exist yet. But yeah, so I think this was the only case during my offensive in which the offensive actually failed, because yeah, down there on the Swiss border, the French did put up a fierce fight. The same cannot be said about those bunch of French divisions which were surrounded and then annihilated west of Paris. And having finally reconnected and closed the pocket around the Swiss border, I was like, okay, maybe now it's time to finally draw a big plan to encircle and annihilate as many French divisions as possible without me intervening manually every time to organize my armies. And I also noticed one unexpected finding. When I was looking at the combat report, I saw that by June 1918, so let's say 2 months into the offensive, nearly 15,000 German soldiers gave their lives for the fatherland, and roughly 1.2 million of French soldiers died for the country. I don't know if this was intended, if this was... I really don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I think I've never seen those kind of numbers in any HOI4 campaign. And with the sudden and unexpected collapse of France, I thought, well, maybe it was the time to also collapse the remaining of the Allied nations, starting from Italy, which was attacked by two sides, from the first and third armies. And as I realized that the Allies were trying to land again in Belgium, I detached some of the reserve divisions to fight again in Belgium and in the Flanders fields. And Italy just collapsed because it was pressed on two sides, and when the troops of the Fifth Army cut the peninsula into two, basically the remaining 16 divisions of the Italian army were just surrounded and then annihilated completely. While in Greece, the other army which was advancing, I don't remember which one was, did advance quite a bit, until basically the peace event triggered and was signed. That was very fast. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more Endsieg videos. Take care and bye bye.